I'm going to share my top tips for getting in incredible shape as a teen, and trust me, you'll see results faster than you expect. Only about 30% of teenage males report engaging in some sort of muscle building activity like resistance training. So, off the bat, if you can get into the gym and engage in some sort of resistance training, you are immediately ahead of most guys your age. With that said, why is engaging in resistance training as a teen so important? Well, there's a few big reasons. One, you want to get stronger. Two, you want to get bigger. And three, you want to build your confidence. Other than increasing your general health and well-being, that is another thing that the gym is great for, increasing your mental health. So what's the problem? Why are so few teens actually engaging in gym exercise, resistance training? And there's a few reasons for that. So one of the big ones is they feel like they don't have enough time. If you're going to school all day, you're potentially just getting up, walking out the door, going to school. By the end of the day, you don't feel like you have enough energy, and you've got to go home and do homework anyway. So finding a way to schedule a short amount of time into your daily routine where you go into resistance training is one of the huge hurdles. Another one of these hurdles can be a lack of motivation. So it can actually be quite difficult to get to the gym in the first place. And once you're there and you see that most of the guys there are bigger and stronger than you, that can also be quite discouraging. Already, there's two significant hurdles that are going to be stopping you from starting and committing to consistently going to the gym. But what else is there? Well, there's still the major obstacle of what do you do when you get there? And there is so much information and misinformation out there about what kind of training you should be doing, how many reps, sets for each muscle groups, what order you should train muscle groups in. All this nonsense about different splits that beginners should be doing, people like professionals trying to recommend their routines to absolute beginners, which is not at all what you should be doing when you begin at the gym. And on top of those, there's also the information and misinformation that is all over the internet targeted at beginners. What kind of split do I do? How do I do my reps? How many reps do I do? How many sets do I do? What do I eat? What kind of split am I doing? There's so much information, and half of it isn't even right. You don't know where to begin. So, where do you start? Well, let's start with the mindset. So, come to accept that when you start at the gym, like any other skill that you're just starting out in, you're not going to be great at it. You're potentially going to be smaller and skinnier, or in some cases, bigger and fatter than a lot of the dudes who are your age or similar age who are currently at the gym. And that's fine. Everyone has to start somewhere, and nobody at the gym is going to judge you for being there. They're all on the same path. They know what it's like. So, first and foremost, just get used to the idea of committing to the process and accept that nobody is going to judge you there. So, the next big one is nutrition. First and foremost, start transitioning to healthy eating. Get an app like MyFitnessPal and start tracking your calories. Even if you're not eating healthy at the moment, you can start tracking what you're eating and get used to the practice. Then from there, start transitioning those foods that you're currently eating over to healthy stuff. Like for protein, lean meat sources, lean dairy sources, things like that. For fats, good fats like nuts, nut butters, olive oil, canola oil, avocado, things like that. Things for carbohydrates, you can have oats, grains, other whole grains, things like potato, sweet potato, rice, great sources of carbs. Where do you go from there? Okay, very simply put, take your body weight in pounds, times that by 15. Then you'll get your daily maintenance calories. Where do you go from there? So, for protein, we're going into the macronutrients, 1 gram per pound of body weight. For fat, 0.3 to 0.5 grams per pound of body weight. We'll whack that down the middle, go 0.4 grams per pound of body weight. So now for your protein, take that 1 gram per pound of body weight and work out how much that is. And then you're going to do that times 4, because there's 4 calories per gram of protein, and it'll give you how many calories you should be eating in protein per day. Well, you've already got the grams, so you've got the calories now. Do the same for fat, except it's going to be your body weight in pounds times 0.4, and then you're going to times that number by 9, which is 9 calories per gram of fat. Sweet. Once you've done that, you're going to take both those numbers, those calorie numbers, and you're going to combine them together. So you've got your daily maintenance calories and you've got this new number. Now minus that number from your daily maintenance calories, and whatever is left over is what you're eating in carbohydrates. Just like that, you've got your macros worked out. Now, third and finally, for the easy beginner advice, is what do you do for a workout? Well, I recommend hitting each muscle group at least twice per week. As a beginner, twice per week is actually more than enough. Beginner's gains are going to take you a long way. You will progress very quickly in both strength and size if you've got your eating right and you've got the right mindset and you're training hard. So what exactly should you be doing? Just wait until the end of the video and I'll give you an exact workout routine that is perfect for beginners. So all of that is well and good, and that should start you down the track for making great gains as a beginner. But what is the single most important thing that every beginner needs to know when they start at the gym? And I would say that in my opinion, it is the mindset. And we've already talked about mindset, but this is a particular mindset. You are not going to the gym and doing little training blocks or dieting and doing little training blocks here and there, doing diet and then training sessions for a short period of time and expecting to then make gains that'll last forever. This is a lifestyle change. A lifestyle change. You are becoming somebody who works out. You are becoming somebody who eats healthy. You are becoming somebody who has discipline. This is a full, I'll say it again, lifestyle change, and commit to it. It will make you better as a person. Just enjoy the process, accept that it'll take its time. You'll see those gains if you're consistent and disciplined. And make yourself, in here, believe that you are now a healthy person who lives this lifestyle. You're a gym bro. So, in summary, what have we learned? We've gone over some essential tips for where your mind should be at going into this. We've looked over nutrition and in terms of training. As promised, I've given you roughly what you should be doing for training, but now you need to know the exact details. So, thankfully, I just spent several months working on a beginner's blueprint called the Aesthetic Blueprint, which is great for teens who started where I started, which is an absolute rookie with no muscle on my bones, and it will take you all the way up to having quite an aesthetic physique that is pleasing to the eye, will make you feel more confident, will give you lots of strength and size, and it'll actually help you pick up a lot of chicks. I can confirm that. So to access that program completely for free and join a community of other motivated dudes who are on the self-improvement grind, go and join my school community, which is just launched. I'll put the link down in the description, and you can also subscribe for heaps more videos on the same sort of stuff. So what are you waiting for? Go down to the link, join the school community, get access to the free program, and start engaging in the community. Find the like-minded dudes who are going to help you stay accountable and on track. I'll see you there.